Cancer, it's March 2021. Didici here from astrology.com.au. Great to have your company. I'm going to animate the chart. A lot of people like to see what's happening and how I'm coming up with what I'm talking about. Notice your ruler, the moon, darkening moon because it passed the recent full moon. 1st of March, it's moving through your 4th house. 4th house here has to do with your family affairs, your peace of mind, domestics, your car, your vehicles. But a nice start because we see these triangular aspects forming to Saturn. Mercury now moving forward after a period being retrograde, which can throw things into a tailspin, as you know. And that's from your shared resources sector, banking, finance, taxes, annuities, retirement funds, that type of thing. Bit of a challenging aspect there on the 4th from the moon. That's a speculative area, the 5th house, along with being related to relationships, creativity, that sort of thing. But be careful there on those dates. And there again, around the 6th, 5th and 6th, 7th, there are some issues maybe with your debts spiraling a little out of control. You have to tighten up the belt a little bit there and make sure that your health is not being impacted by overspending or too many financial problems. You can work on that. And you can collaborate on that as well, as shown by the 7th house transit on the 7th. You know, some good aspects there to Uranus, which is in the place of friendships. You may receive some sudden help from someone. Someone out of the blue may come to you and offer you some advice. Unsolicited, but it may be so timely. Bit of an intense aspect on the 9th with the moon and Pluto. That has more of a relationship, I think, to your most significant relationships. 7th house of those relationships that are the permanent relationships, not the everyday ones like social interactions. 8th house again, we see the moon making a transit to somber Saturn, as I call it, not a friendly planet to you. Then optimistic Jupiter and quirky communicative Mercury. So things improve by stages there around the 11th and the 12th. And then a very nice transit into your 9th house of journeys, education, higher values. There's a social component there too because the moon makes a lovely quick contact throughout the day with Venus here. Venus is ruling that sector of social activities. And this is important, this 9th house, this month for you, because we see the new moon there on the 14th. Moon makes a conjunction to the sun, then moves into the 10th house. And I want you to keep your eye on these two planets because they will move out of this 9th house where the new moon is. This is new plans for travels, for expanding your horizons, looking beyond the normal circumstances that you've been in. And that affords you an opportunity to really move forward confidently, making new plans. You see the moon moves through the 10th house on the 15th, 16th, then into this social area on the 17th, where unexpected guests, unexpected opportunities through your friendships, and possibly even unforeseen income. Because the 11th house, this sector of your horoscope, which is dominated by Taurus, has everything to do with the profitability that you have in your business, especially if you're an independent business person. This 2nd house is income earned through self-exertion. This 11th house is income earned through your business activities. 12th house Mars is something we should talk about. This has been sitting here in this hidden part of your horoscope for a while, and the moon activates that on the 19th and 20th. Keep looking out for these. They're going to move. There it is on the 20th. It's 2021. The sun makes what we call the Aries ingress into the career sector of your horoscope. So a lot of dynamic energy there, and that sort of interrupted me from talking about Mars, which has made you feel as if your work hasn't been moving forward dynamically enough. That's that 12th house where things are under the surface, where you're thinking things through in a private sort of way, behind closed doors. That changes with the ingress of the sun, and then, as you can see, Venus, that profit and social planet, moving into the 10th house as well. This commences a very, very nice, minimally 1 month, even longer because Venus takes longer, in this 10th house of career, prestige, promotions, beautiful aspects there where you can combine your social activities, friendships, and work practices. Don't overdo it though. We can see here the opposition from the moon to Jupiter on the 26th can make you so enthusiastic that you forget to, take a breath, take your time, and enjoy the successes that you're likely to have now, but don't run yourself into the ground. A little bit of confusion there with the opposition to Mercury on the 27th, then to Neptune. But that new moon energy carries all the way through this month. You see, the moon moves back to that fourth house, but now the difference is you've got the sun in the opposite area in this career sector. So the full moon is shining away here in your fourth house of domestics again, an area dear to your heart, as we know, with Cancer. And there are those beautiful triangles forming. Very supportive, good dynamic energy from Mars, constructive energy from Saturn, optimism from Jupiter as we see it leaving and moving into the fifth house of creativity right there on the last day of the month, Cancer. All in all, a really, really good combination of aspects this month. Lovely new moon in that ninth house of values, travels, educational pursuits, and some prime opportunities which you should jump at in your career sector. Do take a look at what I've got for you over there at astrology.com.au. We've got the written monthly report there with all the chronological aspects to fill in the gaps here of what I might have missed. You can subscribe, drop me a note, get yourself a personal reading. Love to see you. I'll be here next month and I hope you will be too. Take care now. Bye-bye.